500 plus.
Children born with normal intelligence can grasp abstract concepts and interpret signs and symbols. They learn to perceive relationships between facts and ideas. They are able to solve new problems with old knowledge, using well-developed combinations of motor and intellectual skills. They learn to anticipate danger through signs and sounds of warning, talking to strangers, moving about the streets without apprehension, using public transportation. These are all things which normal children learn without formal training. As normal children grow older, they are able to exist independently in complex surroundings. They develop skills which allow them to adapt with ease, sometimes working calmly and quietly in jobs surrounded by noise and motion. For others, each new learning task is a difficult process. They encounter problems in meeting the demands of the world about them. This is because they are handicapped by mental retardation. Everything they do is affected by an inadequacy in general intellectual functioning.
It's infuriating, this idea that, you can't say, well, when I was younger, I was fucking retarded. Slow to learn, thinking the wrong things, involved in the dumbest fucking conspiracy theories. That's what the word's for.
Mm-hmm. What retarded persons see and hear may be confusing to them. And their behavior sometimes sets them apart from those who are considered to be normal. Every new experience, each new endeavor means a new adjustment. They must be given special consideration by associates and special help from service workers if they are to learn to live and work in a community designed for those with normal intelligence and normal senses.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation. Viewers are invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon? Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
I'm not trying to get
You tell him to get out of here.
This is a hotel.
We'll call the police.
We pay.
Come on in here. We'll call the police.
Solicit.
You like that?
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
It doesn't, sir. I don't have nothing to do with this. But
Okay.
You cannot solicit on this property.
We just paid to rent out the penthouse to shoot up there.
Really like it that
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a...
I did see this amazing video of Buzz Aldrin. Did you see this?
Oh, punching the guy who said he didn't go I know that guy. That guy, Bart Sebro, that he punched. I went to
You
dinner
know
with
a
that
moon
guy.
landing denier?
Oh yeah, I used to be a moon landing denier. I used to believe totally that we never went to the moon. So there was a documentary in the 1990s. Fox had a show called Conspiracy Theory: Did We Go to the Moon? And they aired it on television, prime time. And they got me hook, line, and sinker. And for years, I believed that we didn't go to the moon.
What changed you?
Realizing that I was fully committed to that idea without really exploring the possibility whether that idea was incorrect. And that I had taken everything that I saw in that documentary, which is incredibly convincing, and with 100% confirmation bias, I only looked at that and I didn't look at all the contrary evidence.
You don't think the moon landing is real?
No, I don't. No. Do you?
Yeah!
Why do you think the moon landing is real? Why don't you tell me why?
I saw it on television!
Oh, you're a genius. Oh, beep that. Hit
Okay,
that.
we'll bleep it. No, it's okay. We got
That's
it.
genius. You saw it on TV? That's awesome. I'm going to show you some CGI. I'm going to show you King Kong. I saw that on TV too. There's an 80-foot gorilla. He's running around kidnapping white chicks. You should check it out.
Why fake it?
Thank you,
Alex,
Carl.
Why not fake it?
You should open with that.
If you look at any of the footage online, it looks ridiculous. It looks stupid. If you look at the videos, it looks ridiculous and dumb.
My issues with not believing that people went on the moon, a lot of it had to do with a friend who had an uncle who worked at Rocketdyne. And this guy was convinced that there was no way to do it. I reserve the possibility that some things were horseshit based on a lot of photographic evidence that they did fuck with. No, I'm a retard. Listen, if anybody has any real sense, they would look at it and say, there's no way that was a hoax. There's no way.
I don't know if it's true because I read it online and I didn't research it to find out if it's true. But what they said is that killer whales, there's only been a couple instances of them ever killing human beings since 1947. But before 1947, apparently before the 1940s, before World War II, they were killing people all the time. It's documented. And during World War II, American fighter pilots practiced on killer whales. That's how they practice, that's how they practice accuracy. And I think killer whales, made a truce. Literally, as a fucking species, let's stop fucking with humans. It makes sense if they're that intelligent that someone said, the whales got together and said, listen, they are fucking us up from the sky. We gotta be nice to them. I mean, why else would they show mercy on us? Why else would they be so nice to us? When they kill dolphins, dolphins are their cousins. We don't even look anything like them, and they save us all the time. Killer whales are the pimps of the ocean. They're just running shit, They don't take shit from nobody. The only people they do is people. I wonder if it's possible that this is a true story. What I heard was that the orcas, or killer whales, used to attack people and been attacking people for a long time. But then after World War II, they stopped. And one of the reasons why is because American soldiers were apparently targeting killer whales in the ocean for practice. The whales just completely stopped eating people. I mean, that seems like something somebody made up, right? Doesn't it? But what if it wasn't? That would be pretty fucking crazy. Because I know cultures do have images, old Eskimo images, just a killer whale attacking people, really ancient stuff. It'd be interesting if they knew what was up. If they go, these motherfuckers can fly now, and drop ships and go, okay, we're good, we won't eat you anymore, we're done, this bet we tap. Can you imagine? I mean, if they eat everything else, why would they eat people? They save people all the time.
Hello, everybody. I have an announcement. The podcast is moving to Spotify. It will be the exact same show. We're very excited to begin this new chapter of the JRE, and I hope you're there when we cross over. Thanks.
Vacation time.
There's a mass exodus out of California right now. I'm out of here.
You're kind of in a bit of a bind. All this human attention has been placed upon you, and you have to wrestle with your identity because...
That's why I need you to move to Austin.
You don't need me in Austin, my friend.
Help me. Come on.
You don't need help.
I can't do this.
I do worry about you sometimes, man, because it's you have to watch out because people are going to try to exploit you, folks, from deep, dark wells of perspective. Recognizing what you are,
I'm
you
a
have
retard.
Political agendas will infiltrate your shit and then start blowing out their radioactivity in the world, right? That's a fear.
Radio.
See, this is what I think about if I were you. I know I land somewhere on the continuum of intelligence, and I know there's people who are way fucking smarter than I am. Fuck, man, I've got this podcast that lots of people listen to. Has it ever happened where maybe some really intelligent person has manipulated me in an attempt to get me to disseminate some kind of information out into the world?
Good luck manipulating me, Duncan Trussell. I'm an American. I actually love Portland, but there's a madness going on there. You want to talk about madness of crowds? That exemplifies that right now. They've arrested left-wing people for lighting these forest fires, air quote activists. And this is something that's also not widely being reported.
But you wouldn't even know. That's the thing, you wouldn't even know.
Oh, I wouldn't know? How would I not know? If someone is so good at manipulating people that they can manipulate me and change the way I think about things, well then, good luck. Good luck. I got duped. Someone sent me something about people getting arrested for lighting fires in Portland, and I said it without looking into it. It's very irresponsible. I didn't check. I made a mistake. I fucked up, and I'm sorry if I duped you as well. It's definitely a mistake. My apologies. And I will take this into consideration, certainly, when I say things in the future. I know it feels very irresponsible of me. I don't take it lightly. I'm very upset with myself. And I apologize to you as well. Sorry.
Everybody is riveted by your show. When you say something here, it will affect the entire society. That's a lot of pressure, Joe. So you must. I'm just kind of curious. How much time do you spend researching information?
I talk out of my ass 99% of the time.
So is it instinct? Are you able to see the truth through the bullshit, and then you kind of, because I mean,
please sort it out in real time. It is what it is.
Joe, you can't just make stuff up.
I'm not. My on-air persona.
Well, tell him to knock it off.
He's crazy.
There's some crazy shit that they haven't even discovered yet. You know, just recently they found a new species of chimpanzee in the Congo. A gigantic chimpanzee that's over 6 feet tall. It's called the Bondo ape. We all come from chimpanzees, obviously.
Hold on.
Different than any other animal.
Allison from Florida is going to challenge you. Allison, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a primatologist. There's no such thing as an under 8.
You're a fucking idiot. Go online and look it up.
Yeah, this is...
When did you graduate?
I have a PhD.
When did you graduate? When?
It's from 2000.
Have you ever looked at any of the new discoveries? Have you looked at any of Carl Amon's work?
Yeah, I've been...
What are you laughing at? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I'll tell you why you're laughing, because you don't have a point. So you're trying to... Oh, you're ridiculous. I have a PhD. It's on National Geographic, stupid. CNN.com, stupid. No.
Oh, please.
We need... Oh, please, stupid. You haven't paid attention to it at all. You've done zero research on this.
There's another fake chimpanzee out.
No, it's not a fake, stupid. It's not a fake. Listen, they have skulls. Listen to me. Okay? Yeah.
From Fringe.
Not Fringe. CNN. Okay? National Geographic. All these different legitimate scientific resources. Go look it up. Hi, I'm a PhD. I mean, why do people argue about something they haven't looked into at all?
Where was she from? Florida?
I'm a primatologist. Those are fringe sites. Like National Geographic is a fucking fringe site. CNN is a fucking fringe site. That's what it angers me about people. They think that they know without even looking into it. That is insane. Oh, fringe. I have a vagina.
One of the problems that I've had with any idea, once I start looking at something a certain way, I become married to it. I've had real problems with that. And the problem with saying this happened, that happened, which I used to do all the time, is that you don't fucking know. You don't know. But until you do know, when you say you know and you might be wrong, it becomes an ego thing.
Do you believe that a good definition of infinity is if you had monkeys on a typewriter forever, they would eventually print out the completed works of Shakespeare?
I've seen no evidence that it's ever been able to be replicated even in a simple sentence.
Well, you can't have evidence. It's infinity.
But
you keep trying the password, and eventually the computer cracks your password.
But the monkey doesn't understand language. So monkey's using semicolons in the proper form, but doing it over and over again to form the complete works of Shakespeare. Like, I guess I get it.
Okay.
But I don't buy it. That's real. That's a real weight.
How many billion horses are there?
You know, there's a good argument, a real good argument, that comedy clubs should be some sort of essential business.
With a vaccine passport, you're moving one step closer to dictatorship. They close borders. You can't go to here unless you have that. You can't get on a plane unless you do what I say. And people say, whoa, it's all about protecting people from them. No, it's not. It's not. This is a fact.
All you hear is take this vaccine or you can't go to the sauna, can't go to the Broadway show.
The reason they're doing what they're doing is because something happened to them earlier on, where there was an aggressive, the dad was drunk. There's stuff that pushes them in that direction. Expressive, controlling, and wanting to be acknowledged and do it exactly my way because I was powerless as a child.
My big memory from my childhood is my mother coming home with hamburger meat and my father being upset that it was hamburger that she had brought home for dinner, and he beat the shit out of her. And then we left.
And do you think that somehow or another that put that fight in you?
Yeah, unquestionably. Yeah. Like, I thought my dad was this great guy. When you're a kid, your dad's your hero, right? And all of a sudden I realized when I was 5 years old very clearly that my dad was a douchebag. There's that feeling that you can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody. Not banned. Alcohol. Alcohol is somehow or another better than jokes.
The problem is like you have this burden of attention. People have decided you're one of the magnifying glasses focusing this beam of attention into the world. And so within that is all this room for disaster. Like, you got into this ridiculous predicament
And, this is neither pro nor con vaccine, but some people have died. Apparently, it's a small number. I don't know what the numbers are.
Rogan defending his embattled Spotify podcast and his alleged spreading of COVID vaccine and treatment misinformation.
You can never be woke enough. And if you get to the point where you capitulate to all these demands, it will eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to go outside because so many people were imprisoned for so many years. I mean, I'm not joking.
It's not bullshit. Can't seem to get that through to you.
I'm gonna say this, it's fucking true. They're withholding monoclonal antibodies.
Because they want you to get vaccinated.
Don't say that. Stop. Just stop and think. You communicate it to millions of people. You have this direct inclination to always go towards a conspiracy. I'm about 90% sure that this thing came from a fucking laboratory.
I'm talking about interrelationships. Do you understand?
Happy to wear 2 masks. Happy. These people that are having heart attacks, those are people that if they got it would probably be fine. Yeah. You're very influential. You're saying these things to millions of people, but I don't think you're thinking correct. But I keep a fucking file on my phone. These are all COVID stories. I've read every one of them. Yeah. They keep saying I'm taking horse dewormer. I literally got it from a doctor. Right. Yeah. 100%.
Rogan is under fire for new comments.
The nigger thing.
Yes. Saying the word nigger.
You already said nigger. D is just like nigger.
Saying nigger.
She's calling you a nigger. It's like,
Texas went right, bitch!
So Joe, what are you doing? Anything coming?
Drink it!
Hello, friends. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word.
Nigga, I know what's COVID-19 and shit, but the world is changing. Shit. Joe Rogan saying nigga and shit.
I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. I never used it to be racist.
I'll make it age species. Like that nigger's ugly.
I'm not racist.
Like, we're gonna see Planet of the Apes. We walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
He said every nigga in Philly look like a monkey. Oh, Joe, let me tell you something, nigga. You lucky I got family in Philadelphia, because they was coming in to fuck you up, man.
Spotify is in full damage control mode.
Neil Young has removed his music from Spotify, and Joni Mitchell, and apparently some other people.
Poor Joe Rogan, you put the apology up. Things look good in the basement, dog. Why don't you take that Spotify money? Cash that big check, you gotta watch what you say. You see it?
Rogan has agreed to delete an additional 7 episodes.
I'm drinking my own urine like 3 or 4
Wait, whoa.
It doesn't even taste bad.
What are you talking about, man?
I'm talking about peeing in a cup and throwing it down your throat. Am I not making sense here? I've read so many different people online saying that it's like a form of medicine. It's very healthy.
It's a form of mental illness.
If you don't have mental illness, there's no way you're gonna make it.
So long as you are trying to make progress, you will go up. But up always implies down. So while you are trying to get better and better and better, that means that when you get to the best, you can only go on to the worst. And so you go round and round and round.
If I wasn't doing this fucking podcast, okay, and I didn't pay much attention to alternative media, I would not have a nuanced perspective if I didn't have the kind of mindset that I have, my personality that is just immune to bullshit. When bullshit hits me, I go, oh, I know what this is. I grew up without a dad, okay? I don't trust people.
The trapdoor beneath our feet swings open. We find ourselves in bottomless freefall. We are lost in a great darkness, and there's no one to send out a search party. Especially when times are hard, we become desperate for encouragement, and much more willing to hear that we're special. The only morality left is that of the consoling lie. Anything is better than grappling with the unbearable burden of being tiny.
Joe Rogan passed away, and this is sad. He lost his mind before he died as well. He was not making any sense. He was in a chair, and his last words, he was just screaming ivermectin as he was stroking out in a chair.
Everybody's so goddamn angry. Everybody's like, and they don't have the coping skills. They don't have the ability to handle these things.
Well known for kicking staff, the patient is asked to remove his shoes. As predicted, he lashes out.
And they're like, you're an anti-vaxxer! And they just fucking keep going. You don't believe in science! Hashtag fuck Joe Rogan!
No, Mama. There's no hope for him now, Travis. He's suffering. He was blind.
And you will cling to things, and you will think of those things as being a part of your identity, whether they're the suits you wear or the way you talk.
It's like, you remember when Madonna had a fake English accent? You are not from England. Like, you can't do that.
They were like,
yes, they all jumped in the back of a U-Haul truck together. There has never been a thing that I've ever seen where almost immediately I was like, those are feds. A thing that I've ever seen. I mean, look, some people are barely holding on to reality.
You're right.
Barely.
You're right.
All they need is one fucking smack.
Ready for this? My friend, his wife, is a school teacher. She works at a school
2 billion
that had to install or 2 billion horses on Earth. Like how many billion horses are there?
Well, that's a good question. Like, why didn't the fucking
why didn't dinosaurs evolve?
NATO is invading, encroaching on Russia's space.
I saw a video today of a boxing match between a father and a son. It made me so sad. I don't know what the thing was. Like someone sent it to me.
Shut up.
I do. It's
You're
not.
pissing
What
me
is
off
it?
with this stuff.
Oh, why does it lie?
You're fucking pissing me off.
Oh.
This was like a YouTuber thing.
Oh.